So here I am on the home page. I'm going to go to the Files page. And on the Files page, I'll click on Assignments folder. And then I'll come over here and I'll pick the Elevation Rendering folder. And there are a couple of different drawings in here, but I'd like everybody to do the top one. If I click on that, you'll see what it looks like. It's the one with the fireplace. So I'll give you the basic rundown of what's in the drawing here, because some of it's a little bit hard to figure out what it is. You've got obviously a fireplace. This can be a TV or artwork, either one. I'd never put a TV up there. I'd kill my neck to watch it. These walls here are a sunken living room behind the fireplace. And you can tell that it's a sunken living room, so there's little handrails here on the sides. And those are for the little couple stairs that are going down into the living room. This is a low storage or cabinet, and you can, people often wonder whether or not this is something that is a kick or if it's a see-through all the way. You can make it either one, whichever you want. This area up here is the wall for the room that the fireplace is in, right? So you've got kind of living room walls. I always just call these dining room walls or fireplace room walls, something like that. There's a little kitchenette. There's some kind of funny little lines down here that lead me to believe that this is probably a dishwasher. But it's got panels on it, so those can be uniform if you want. You don't have to put a dishwasher in there. But if you're curious as to what these are, I think that's what it's a vent, the dishwasher. This is like a kind of a pantry closet kind of thing. People all often have questions as to whether or not this whole thing is a door or if these are shelves that kind of go along with these. You can also make that whatever you want. It can be a floor-to-ceiling door if you want, or you can have shelves above a lower door. It's up to you. Okay. But then you've got a little bit of baseboard here, and that's about the gist of it on this one. So I'm going to download it. Got the download button at the upper right-hand corner here. And again in Chrome, it drops it right down here at the bottom of the page. And I'm gonna reduce my Photoshop so I can get to my desktop and see, and I fixed this too, see that? I can now highlight the cursor. Hopefully that'll help. I've got my Indes 167 Spring 2016 folder. I'm going to open that up. I've already created a new folder in here for my elevation rendering, but you guys will want to do that as well. Give you a second to do that. Got that done? Some clicking. Good. Okay. So, and again, I can just position this so that I can see my folders even if I bring this one back to the foreground, because I'm just going to click on this little download icon, hold it down, and I'm going to drag it over to my folder and drop that PDF into my folder. When I open it up, well, I've got two copies because I was practicing this earlier today, so I'm going to get rid of one of them. I can just right click on that and say delete, and now I'm back to just the one. Okay, so I want to get this open in Photoshop, so I'm just going to right click on it, go to open with, and in my little flyout menu I've got Adobe Photoshop as an option to open it with. So click on that. Brings me to the import PDF dialog box. Everything there is good. I'm just going to click OK. and it opens the lines up in Photoshop. Now, did anybody not have Photoshop as an option in the, okay. So I would advise you, do you remember how to just open up Photoshop and then go to the file menu and choose open? And you'll be able to open yours that way. Okay, great. Okay, and again, it's a PDF, so it comes in without the white background, it's just lines. So I've got to put a white background behind it. First thing I'm going to do is name it lines. Then I'm going to come down here to the new layer button, click on that, puts it right above the lines layer, and I know that I'm going to want it below the lines layer, so I'm going to click, hold, and drag it down until it's below the lines layer. Double click on it, and I'm going to call it background. And then with that layer highlighted, I am going to go to the Edit Fill function. I'm going to make sure that my contents are on white. Click OK, and now I've got my white background. Everybody with me there? Great. Okay, so a lot of this, you'll be using tools that you already know how to use. Magic Wand, the marquee tools, that kind of thing. I'm going to introduce you to a couple of new tools today, and that'll happen in just a second. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I'm just going to put some color on the walls back here in the living room area. So I'm going to use the Magic Wand to do it in coordination with the lines layer. So I turn on the lines layer, make sure I'm on Add to Selection, and then I just click in here to select the back wall. And I want to zoom in on that handrail because you can kind of see how it stands out from the wall, so you can wrap your hand around it. So you want to choose that little space in there for your wall color as well. That little guy there. There's one over here on the other side as well, right here. Right in there. Find it? Okay. Zoom back out a bit. And now it's just a matter of finding a color. So I'll go to the color picker. Find something kind of neutrally, click OK. Now that I've chosen my color, again, I could just go to the Edit, Fill. This time I'll change it to foreground color, click OK, and I've got a lovely green color for my walls. Okay. Yeah.
When I do it, it highlights everything.
I'll bet you're contiguous. Either your contiguous button. This guy right here. That keeps Everybody learned about the contiguous button on the Magic Wand? Let me show you what that does really quickly. I'm going to deselect. Up here in the control bar, you've got these three little boxes here. The middle one says contiguous, and contiguous means things that are touching each other, right? Like you've got the lower 50 states, and then you've got Alaska and Hawaii that are the non-contiguous states, right? So with that button checked, you click on the lines layer, what Magic Wand does is it clicks on a pixel, and then it goes out and it gets every other pixel just like it. If the contiguous button is checked, it'll only get ones that it's touching. So those black lines stop it from going out and getting the rest of those pixels. Yeah?
Why we fill the color without creating a new layer this time?
Good question. Because I made a mistake.
Oh.
See, it happens to everybody. I am going to just go backwards here to my fill in my history. and fix that. But let me demonstrate the contiguous thing really quickly too. If I took I have my magic wand on, and I took that contiguous button off, I unchecked it, and then I clicked on the white pixels, it's going to go find every single one in the drawing, because it's no longer limited to ones that it's touching. It's going to go right over the black lines and get every single one of those pixels.